Dope, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most, I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me, niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
After defeating the Ten Tails, Hagoromo decides to use its power to create 9 other tailed beasts, each one stronger than the last. Eventually he gets to the 9 tails, but decides to change his mind or add something. He decides to give the 9 tails 2 forms. He makes a human form for the beast so that if needed, it could harness the power of chakra in all different ways. The tail beast form would still be a fox, and once the 9 tails was created, it takes its human form first. It's a small child right now that would look around in amazement at all the other tailed beasts that were around him, and then turns to Hagoromo. Your name will be Naruto. How do you like it? Naruto nods, and throughout the years of his life, or the early ones, he interacted a lot with the humans, as he just saw them, or they saw him, as a deity, knowing that he was purely chakra. Naruto also had access to every chakra nature. To Naruto, the human world was really boring, so oftentimes he would travel or just take naps, and when he would travel, he would hang out with his tail beast brothers and sisters. For a long period of time, nothing interesting would truly happen, until one day, a young boy will be walking throughout a forest after meeting up with his friend. He saw a small shrine of a human-like figure with fox tails and ears. The kid would bow to the shrine and he would pray for a moment, as when he opened his eyes he saw someone was sitting on the shoulder of the shrine statue. Hey, get off of the shrine. That's so disrespectful. Naruto turned his head looking down at the kid. His eyes widened, realizing who he was. There was no mistaking it. He was the reincarnation of his best friend and human brother, Ajura. Naruto jumped down and walked around the boy. Do you mind telling me your name? I'm Hashirama Senju. And who are you? Naruto then points back to the shrine. Wait, you're Naruto the 9-tailed fox? But you have such a human-like form. Naruto sighed and created the tails behind his back and the ears on his head. You know, kid, you're gonna be pretty damn strong one day. And I've been taking naps for a very long time. However, I guess you've awakened me since I did sense your chakra. Tell me, what's going on in this world right now? Hashirama walks with Naruto and begins explaining the war. But he starts to panic once they reach his home. This is when Naruto transforms into a small red fox. When they walk inside the house, Hashirama's father scolds him for leaving the house so often, especially in times of war, until he sees the red fox that was by his side. What the hell is that animal doing here in my home? Father, stop. This fox is very special. He can talk and he's very strong. It's Naruto the 9-tails. You know, the one from the old stories that everyone tells. Tobirama walks from his room and he picks up the fox. Looking at it, the fox doesn't speak at all, and it turns his head along with Tobirama, who does the same. Brother, this fox isn't special at all. This is when Naruto turns his head back to Hashirama. You know, for someone so respectful, I expect your family to be just the same. Tobirama then drops the fox as it was talking, as Naruto takes on a human kid form now. Come on, why do you look so shocked? Did you two really not believe Hashirama? Naruto then, walks towards Hashirama. Do you wish to become stronger? The brown-haired boy couldn't answer, causing Naruto to sigh. You truly don't understand, do you? Hashirama, I wish for you. No, I want you to become my partner and forever change the fate of this world. What do you mean, Naruto? Aren't you a god? I'm truly not worthy of your power. Naruto then began laughing. You really do remind me of my elder brother. So admirable and honest with your words. From this day forth, me and you are now partners, Hashirama. Naruto places his palm on the chest of Hashirama and seals himself within the boy, as Naruto vanished from the room, and at the same time, Hashirama began to glow brightly. The blazing red aura that flowed around him was truly astonishing, as the story of Hashirama Senju will continue along just the same with a more powerful Hashirama. As fate would have it, Madara's brother's death could not be stopped, but ultimately, the war would end the same. As the Leaf Village was created with the instruction of Naruto, Hashirama would also gather the tailed beasts and assign them to different villages instead of capturing them. However, they will be worshipped, and their Jinchuriki will be selected by the tailed beast, not the humans. Eventually, Hashirama would pass, and Naruto would be saddened while waiting for Ashura to reincarnate once again. One day, he could sense a reincarnation of Indra underground, so he would go to visit. The old, white-haired Madara sat with something connected to his back that was keeping him alive. This is when he felt it, and as he turned his head, he saw a teenage boy with red hair. "Hello there, my old friend. Don't pity me with such greetings. What are you here to do? Finish me off?" "No, I'm not here for that. I came to warn you, actually. Since you are the reincarnation of one of my elder brothers, I figure you do deserve to know why you're being used and how you're being used. Your so-called plan for everlasting peace will not end the way you want it. That plan will end up reviving someone that even I can't defeat alone. But if that's the path you've truly chosen to walk, then I will stop you. Don't make me laugh, Naruto. I could control you at any time, even right now if I wanted to." Naruto stared at Madara in his red eyes, but the genjutsu was nullified even though he had an internal Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto then walked closer to Madara. "I should kill you right now, but I'd rather humiliate you in the future." Naruto leaves and he stays within the leaf until Ashura's next reincarnate was born once again. He does aid them in wars, and he does stop the hatred of the Uchiha clan by changing what the tablet says. This way they won't do what Madara had already done. Eventually, a red-haired girl would come to the village, as she was one of the last Uzumaki. Naruto was actually pretty fond of her. Maybe it was due to their similar color and hair. One day, after she was picked on for having red hair, Naruto appeared to her. He helped Kushina to her feet. "Why are you crying?" "Because my hair, it's so ugly. I hate the color." Naruto then holds a lock of her hair within his palm. "I think it's a beautiful color." She looked up to see the hair of Naruto. It glowed and swayed with the wind in such a peaceful manner. The orange-like hair. Wow. It was truly something magnificent. This is when Naruto began to speak again. "This red hair is the indication of a legendary clan, the Uzumaki, one of the strongest clans to ever roam this continent. Trust me, this hair is more powerful than you realize." Naruto spends time with Kushina for a while, but she still gets kidnapped for her being an Uzumaki. However, two people come to her aid to save her, Minato and Naruto. Naruto then decides that this night, even though she isn't the reincarnation of Ashura, she will become a Jinchuriki. Kushina happily accepts, as the story continues the same with a more powerful Kushina, and on the night that was supposed to be Naruto's birth, Menma is born. Kushina is still attacked, but she's protected by Naruto, who always stays by her side. He would block the punch from a masked man, as he then looks up. "Sorry, but you have to be a lot quicker than that, and there's no point of even concealing yourself with that mask on. I can recognize your chakra, Obito." The masked figure then takes off the mask. "I know you blame this world that we live in for a lot that's happening, but that's the thing. We can change this world." Obito scoffs while looking past Naruto at the baby Menma in the arms of his mother. Suddenly, Minato appears after taking care of the other attackers. As he teleports his wife and son to a safer location, he appears back on the battlefield standing next to Naruto. There's no way you can beat both of us, Obito, so just come back to the leaf. The Uchiha activates his Mangekyo Sharingan and tries to use it on Naruto, but it's nullified, which truly shocks him. I can tell you've been trained by Madara himself. But that's the thing. I've fought against Madara and his younger brother Izuna multiple times on the battlefield throughout my life. And I know all the secrets of that dojutsu. Naruto then appears behind Obito and punches him into a whole new area. I've got this one, Minato. You go see your newly born son. The fourth Hokage nods and disappears as Naruto chases after Obito. After defeating him, he gives him one final chance. Since you don't believe me, let me show you the truth. Naruto puts Obito under a genjutsu, where he sees every part of shinobi history, even the parts about Black Zetsu. After gaining consciousness once again, he just sat there and cried. You were being manipulated by not only Madara, but Madara was being manipulated by Black Zetsu, the will and embodiment of Kaguya, an evil woman. But now it's time to guide you back towards the light. I don't know where Black Zetsu is, but we'll have to stop him. Obito then looks up at Naruto. How will we do it? We won't do it. The reincarnations of Ashura and Indra will help guarantee the peace of this world. Naruto returns to the Leaf Village with Obito, and Minato is able to pardon this attack as there were no casualties. Naruto then went to the infirmary, where he saw both Sasuke and Menma. There was no mistaking it now. These two were the reincarnates. Throughout their life, they were trained by Naruto, who taught them many things. And while this training was going on, Obito was trying to help the Leaf, as he was even able to get Nagato and Konan on their side and brought them back. By the age of 13, Sasuke and Menma were above the level of Jonin. However, Naruto knew they were not ready yet. Naruto would also have Danzo killed when he was trying to kill Shisui, meaning Shisui, along with the Uchiha clan, was still alive. Truth be told, Itachi was preparing himself to become the 5th Hokage when he was of age. Menma and Sasuke would have their own separate tests to become Genin. As Naruto takes him far away from the Leaf and begins to explain, for your final test to officially become ninja, you two need to overcome your own hatred. I've trained you both really well, and I think you can do it. Naruto puts them under a genjutsu where each of them sees their lives if there was only hatred. Menma sees the hate that Jinchurikis could have gotten, which causes him to rage out in anger, while Sasuke sees his clan being destroyed because of Black Zetsu's manipulation. After only 10 minutes of going through these genjutsu, both of them awaken with a new power. Sasuke now has the Mangekyo Sharingan as his eyes were bleeding, while Menma has an imperfected KCM cloak that was fading and glowing at the same time. Good, you two did well. I'll see you tomorrow so we can continue our training. The next day, when the teams are assigned, Menma and Sasuke are on Team 0, with their sensei not yet being revealed, and they do not have a third teammate. After a couple of minutes, Naruto walks in to greet them. Let's go, you two. Naruto continues their training until another team calls for backup. Team Guy was in the land of waves and needed some assistance in defeating their foes. Naruto looked at Menma and Sasuke, who seemed to be very excited about going on this mission. They would go to the village gate, where Naruto shows his true form. He turns into a human-sized fox and walks on all fours. You two need to be able to keep up with me. If you lose track of me, just look for some paw prints. Naruto then speeds off as both of them would nod, chasing after him in his fox form. After Naruto arrives in the land of waves, he waits about an hour for Sasuke and Menma to catch up. After this, the three of them would head to the unfinished bridge where Team Guy was. Right before Rock Lee, Tenten, and Neji were about to be killed within the crystal ice mirrors, Sasuke and Menma appeared, and at the same time, Guy was saved by Naruto, who caught the blade of Zabuza. "We heard you needed a hand." "Indeed we did. You may be old, Naruto, but show me your own power of youth." Naruto was angered by being called old, as he would then crack the sword of Zabuza while holding it. Zabuza would then jump back, letting go of the sword, realizing he was in over his head. With Naruto being so influential throughout history, almost every person in the world has heard about him. Zabuza then tried to mask his escape with a jutsu, but Naruto was too fast and killed him with ease. Menma and Sasuke used their speed to blitz Haku and destroy all the mirrors, also killing him. Naruto would look at the injured students as he would vanish. Menma then hears the voice of a sensei within his mind. "Let's practice some healing jutsu." Menma then heals the injuries of Team Guy flawlessly, as both teams help finish the bridge. But let's take a break here and explain how Kushina is still alive, even though her tailed beast isn't sealed within her anymore. Since Naruto has a human form, it allowed him to learn many ways to seal himself inside of another person. He's able to do so and leave the seal when he pleases by perfectly separating their life forces just as they were before they became partners. The two teams will then journey back to the Leaf, and Naruto continues the training of the two of them and does not allow them to participate within the Chunin exams. Truly no ninja rank was proper for these two. However, Naruto had to keep training them, and he helped them perfect their techniques until the attack on the Leaf would happen. Here, only the grass village was attacking, as the Saiyan had a proper young leader, that being Gaara due to his strength in this story. When Minato is confronted by Orochimaru, he prepares to fight, but Menma and Sasuke appear, along with Naruto. "Alright, you two. Defeat and kill him, and you'll be promoted to the next rank." Menma and Sasuke rush in, with Sasuke heading in first. Amaterasu! The black flames then appear on the armor of Orochimaru, causing him to panic. Menma would then jump into the air, doing hand signs while slamming his hands on the ground. Throughout the Leaf, trees arose from the ground and captured enemy ninja, including Orochimaru. "Alright Sasuke, it's your turn." This is when the small Uchiha used a half-body Susanoo that swung a blade, splitting the ground and killing Orochimaru. The Susanoo would slowly fade and begin to vanish as Sasuke smirks while fist-bumping Menma. The two were truly formidable. Naruto walks over to his students and looks down at the eyes of Sasuke. He could tell that they were becoming blurry, or his vision was. Well, I think we need to change those eyes as well. After the battle was concluded, Naruto switches the eyes of Itachi and Sasuke, meaning both brothers now have the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And because Naruto is adept at healing jutsu, he's able to detect the illness that is arising within Itachi's body and cures it early. After this, Naruto decides that they will have one more year before they truly become ready. For this year, Menma and Sasuke go through the toughest training that they have ever done. By the end of the year, these two are the strongest in their village. The day of their departure would arrive, as Naruto would leave with them. And I feel like it would only take them about another year or so to hunt down and finally destroy Black Zetsu, as now this world could truly work towards a peace that Hagoromo desired so long ago.